Hey everybody, this is Chris Carlson. Welcome to beautiful Van Buren County, Michigan. I'm here on the shores of Lake Michigan, and I thought we'd take a little walk and maybe explore this giant ice mountain. Now, it's extremely dangerous. We're not going to go far out there, but I just thought I'd show you a little bit of how it looks, and then and maybe we'll have a talk as well. So let's check it out. All right, so here we are. This is Van Buren County, Michigan. We're on Lake Michigan. From what I've been told, it's one of the biggest freshwater lakes in the world. And of course, it's wintertime right now, so it's cold. And we just went through a pretty cold spell. We've had a warm up for the last couple days, but prior to that, it was frigid. It was, close to 0 degrees Fahrenheit most days, and wind chill in the negative like 20s. So this all froze, and you can see the way the waves have caused these sort of like mountains, or I mean, I guess they're not really mountains, but they're kind of like mountainish things that have formed, these ice mountains. Now that next one that's ahead of me, I'm actually standing on one here. I don't know if we can. Here, you can see there that there's sort of this ridge I'm standing on, and there's a smaller ridge farther back. And that was probably the first one that formed. And then at a later point, this one formed, and then that's the newest one. Now, you don't want to go out to that one, because sometimes they collapse, they break off and fall into the water, and you're not going to get back up. So you want to be really careful. Even out here, it's not, I feel pretty safe where I am. I tested that ice right there, and it's solid. And probably I'd be okay over there, but I don't want to put myself into a situation where I do fall into that frigid Lake Michigan water and have to somehow try to climb out. That sounds terrible. So I'm not going to do that. But I just thought I'd show you. This is what it looks like here in the wintertime in beautiful Van Buren, Michigan. You see those dunes? Look at those. Maybe we should climb up there. That's the next place we'll go. Is we'll go check out those amazing dunes there, and we'll take a look at that. All right. Be with you shortly. All right, folks. Well, we're up here at the lowest part of the dune. Here's a view of the lake. You can see those ice mountains I talked about, and then you can see, maybe you can see, it's almost like there's like, well, there are, I don't know if we'd call them glaciers, but there's like floating chunks of ice out there in the water, which is kind of cool. It's kind of nice. What a beautiful day out here, huh? It sure is nice. Praise be to God for this amazing place. Thanks be to Him for all that we have in this world. Anyway, I found this little trail here, and maybe we'll take that up and see how it goes. All right. Well, that path led us up along this ridge. There's the lake again. This ridge does go actually just a little higher, but I think this is a nice spot. There's a nice view down the dune. It's funny how once you're on top, it really doesn't look that far. And then you can see this is the other side of the dune where the forest picks up. Too bad we can't really show how steep that is down. It just doesn't look that steep, but it's a significant dune here. Maybe that hill helps. That's the other side of the dune. You can kind of see it's pretty steep. But anyway, what a beautiful place. What a beautiful place. Look at this. You can see I don't know if you can see this. Maybe I'll try and zoom in on it. We zoom in. Look at that. You can see the ice in that area is breaking apart. And luckily for me, that is beyond the point that I was walking. I stopped at the ridge before that, but that just goes to show you that you never really know what's underneath. If you're walking out on these Great Lakes on the ice, you don't want to go out into deep water because you don't know, there must be a current that's coming in there. You can kind of see how there's like a channel of water. I feel like there must be a current coming through there. And if you fell in that water, you'd be in real trouble. Maybe you could get yourself out. Maybe if you had a friend with you and you guys had a rope, a rescue rope or something, you'd get yourself out. If you were out on the edge of that ice shelf, it would be even more difficult. It'd be quite dangerous. So, I wandered out. I've lived here my whole life, and I'm familiar with the lake. And I know that where I was walking, it probably wasn't more than 2 or 3 feet deep at the most. And so I wasn't as worried. Even if it did break, I felt very confident that the water would not be deep right there, and I would be able to climb my way out. But you don't want to go wandering out on these frozen ice shelves on Lake Michigan. It's just not safe. It's, at least if you're going to do it, make sure you have equipment, rescue equipment, and people around with you. But that's kind of, I couldn't see that spot from where I was. I was almost tempted to venture out, but I wasn't really. I looked at it and just felt like, yeah, I think I've gone far enough. But anyway, there you can see that ice breaks up and flows out. So there you go. If you enjoyed this video, I appreciate it. Please subscribe, like, share. In my next video, we're going to talk about some very serious topics, like the fact that there are evil forces trying to take over our world, and what are we going to do about it, and how are we going to stand up to them? And that's a serious conversation that we need to have and that everybody should be having. But it's not bad for a moment or two to thank God for the beauty of this world and be grateful that we've even had a chance to live and be here. That's a great opportunity, and hopefully the Lord will stand with us and help us through these difficult times ahead. Hey folks, I thought I'd share one more beautiful view of the lake. Isn't it amazing? There's that spot where the ice is breaking up a little bit. Very dangerous spot to be. Today it's extremely calm, but there's no wind. There's no wind on a windy day. There'd be there can be 3-4 foot waves that come in here. That's what forms these giant ice kind of mountains that are on the edge of the ice there, is that waves are crashing into them and the water is freezing. But today it's just still and calm and beautiful as can be. It's actually quite warm today. It's about 40 degrees, which is, for this time of year, is really, really pleasant. It's beautiful out here, isn't it? Yep. Look at that blue water. And those little pieces of ice floating out there. Aren't they cool? Let's zoom in on that. Little tiny ice floats. Aren't they neat? Anyway, God bless you all. Peace be with you. Thank you so much for watching. We will talk to you again in another video. Peace.